Hello everyone, welcome to all of you. So as you know that we have started a new course on Matricals Group JEE NEET preparation course. Okay, so in the series of this course today I am starting a new unit of physics, that is thermodynamics. Okay, thermodynamics is very important chapter in JEE as well as in NEET. So let's start. And yes, because today is our first class for thermodynamics, so we are going to do study for all the important terms, all the important formulas, concept. Okay, first we will revise these. After that we will go through the number of problems related to our exam, related to the thermodynamic concepts, okay, that are going to be very useful in our preparation. So let's start. Okay, so let's start important terms first, क्योंकि अब थर्मोडायनेमिक्स जो न्यू यूनिट है इसमें पहले हम इसके सारी टर्म्स को थोड़ा अंडरस्टैंड कर लेते हैं, बिकॉज स्टूडेंट्स इन आर एग्जामिनेशन नॉट ओनली न्यूमेरिकल्स आर इम्पॉर्टेंट, सम वैल्यू बेस्ड क्वेश्चन विल ऑल्सो बी देयर एंड दैट विल completely depend on your term concepts. Okay, how much they are clear to you, because sometimes a direct question can be asked related to these term, and if you don't know the term then we cannot crack the question. Okay, sometimes we just leave that. Okay, कि हमारे को तो पता नहीं है word क्या है, so we don't want that. So let's start first all the important terms, then all the important formulas, then we will take some concept and we will start the numericals. So let's start. First is calorie. Okay, calorie, you know that calorie stands for energy. In thermodynamics we always talk about heat energy, heat mechanism, how do we use heat in different mechanism, different process. Okay, so we always talk about heat energy. So calorie stands for heat energy. Okay, there is another one unit for energy, that is joule. So sometime you will see heat energy in terms of calorie and sometime you will see heat energy in terms of joule. Let me tell you, 1 calorie is equal to 4.18 joule. Okay, this is 1 calorie, 4.18 joule. We need to remember this is approximate. Okay, yes, so this is our calorie value. Next thing, specific heat. Okay, so 1 calorie is equal to 4.18 joule. Sometimes it is also given by 4.2 joule. Okay, so these are approximate results. Okay, so we should know this value. Sometimes we need to convert calorie into joule, joule into calorie, that's why. Okay, next is specific heat. Specific heat means the heat energy required to raise the temperature at specific by specific amount. Okay, specific amount means by unit amount. That means heat energy required. Heat energy is denoted by Q. Okay, so this is heat energy required to raise the temperature delta T by unit temperature, you can say, or by specific amount. Okay, specific means by unit amount. So this is our temperature. So whenever you talk about like how much energy is required to raise 1 Kelvin or 1 degree Celsius of a substance, that is known as specific heat. And yes, if you add molar mass also, how much energy required to raise 1 degree Celsius of a particular substance of a unit molar mass, then it is known as molar specific heat or molar heat capacity. That means in that case you will divide by number of mole also. So this will be your molar specific heat or molar heat capacity, means how much energy required to raise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius of 1 gram of substance, of 1 mole of substance, like this. Okay, so in this case we also consider the mass. So nothing much difference in molar heat capacity and heat capacity. Okay, now second thing about heat capacity, there are two kind of specific heat. One is CV, another is CP. CV is what, students? CV means specific heat at constant volume. Okay, CV is specific heat at constant volume, and this is specific heat at constant pressure. At constant pressure. I can think this thing that you know about the thermodynamics variable. If you don't know, see, look at here. T, V, P, Q, U, W means temperature, volume, pressure, your heat supplied, your internal energy and work. These are the thermodynamic variables, thermodynamic functions you can say. ओके कि हम जो भी स्टडी करेंगे इन वेरिएबल के आसपास इन्हीं वेरिएबल्स पे स्टडी करेंगे कि भाई कभी हम टेम्परेचर की बात कर रहे होंगे, कभी हम वॉल्यूम की बात कर रहे होंगे, समटाइम वी विल टॉक अबाउट हीट एनर्जी, समटाइम वर्क. सो स्पेशली these variables are known as thermodynamic variables. So when your volume is constant, the specific heat is known as Cv, and when pressure is constant, that is Cp. Okay, let's move to next, thermal capacity. Yes, thermal capacity and specific heat capacity, again they are similar kind thing, but difference is there. In thermal capacity we do not talk about at particular value, means like in specific heat we have talked about that heat energy required to raise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius. But in thermal capacity we are not giving any specific amount of temperature. Okay, we are just saying energy required to raise the temperature of a substance by particular amount, by particular degree of Celsius, by particular Kelvin. Okay, hope you are getting the difference in this. So all three stands for heat energy, but specific heat is related to the temperature, कि आपको heat कितनी heat चाहिए 1 डिग्री सेल्सियस को increase करने के लिए. थर्मल हीट जो है, थर्मल कैपेसिटी, वो भी स्पेसिफिक हीट के जैसी है, बट यहाँ पे आप यूनिट डिग्री सेल्सियस की बात नहीं करते हो, आप जिस भी अमाउंट की, किसी भी एक पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट की बात करते हो. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट इज प्रिंसिपल ऑफ हीट. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ हीट, प्रिंसिपल मीन्स इन थर्मोडायनेमिक्स वी फॉलो सम लॉज. ओके, so first principle that is very important principle of heat is heat remain conserved. Heat can neither be lost, can neither be created, it can only be transferred from one body to another body. And yes students, this principle is going to be very useful in solving the numericals. So many numericals are there that you can solve without any doubt if you know the principle of heat. Okay, this is heat loss is equal to heat gain. You should know this thing. जितनी हीट लॉस हो रही होगी उतना ही हीट गेन हो रहा होगा, कहीं बीच में वो हीट गायब नहीं हुई होगी. ठीक है, तो यही जो है आपका प्रिंसिपल ऑफ हीट है, टोटल हीट रिमेन कंजर्व. यू कैन ऑल्सो से दैट हीट कंजर्वेशन लॉ. ओके, प्रिंसिपल ऑफ हीट. Next is latent heat. Yes, this is also very important, latent heat. Latent heat क्या होता है students? If you ever observe, like when we boil something, you just note the temperature. Okay, when liquid start to boil, like water start to boiling, then you just note the temperature by using a thermometer. You will find boiling temperature is 100 degrees Celsius. But after some time, you are continuing supplying the heat, but your temperature is still 100 degrees Celsius. Means after 5 minutes water is boiling. Okay, and if you measure the temperature, you will find it's still 100 degrees Celsius. What is this? We are continuously supplying the heat from the burner. जैसे आप ये मान लो कि आपने कोई एक बॉल ले रखा है, जैसे आपने एक बर्नर पे रखा हुआ है. स्टार्टिंग में इसमें जो लिक्विड है वो बहुत ही स्टिल वाटर है. आफ्टर दैट, after some time, as you are supplying some heat to it, it is raising the energy of this liquid, and after some time it started to boil. अब उस स्टेज पे आप क्या करो, इसका टेम्परेचर नोट करो, एंड जब आपने टेम्परेचर नोट कर लिया, ठीक है, देन अगेन नोट द टेम्परेचर आफ्टर 10 मिनट और 5 मिनट. ओके, यू आर डोंट स्विच ऑफ द बर्नर्स. आपका बर्नर जो है कंटिन्यूसली हीट सप्लाई कर रहा है. अब आप टेम्परेचर नोट करो, तब भी आपको 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस मिलेगा. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ कि जो भी आप हीट बर्नर से सप्लाई कर रहे हो, अब वो उसमें यूज टेम्परेचर को इंक्रीज करने में यूज नहीं हो रही है. ओके, देन वेयर डज इट गो? इफ heat is not utilizing in raising the temperature, then where does it go? You can say this energy, now this extra energy is utilizing in changing the state. Okay, so the latent heat is what? It is the energy supplied, or you can say energy required for a substance to change the state without changing the temperature. Means at constant temperature, okay, temperature remain constant when state is changing from, like your water is boiling, after boiling means meanwhile it is converting into vapor. Okay, so state is going to change from liquid to gas, but your temperature is still same, 100 degrees Celsius. That means at constant temperature, heat required to change the state, heat required or energy required to change the state. Okay, this energy, this amount of energy is known as latent heat. Similar thing will happen with ice also. Like when ice convert into ice water, both ice, your ice cube, okay, solid ice and ice water, means ice just melted, completely melted, now it is water. So ice and ice water both have same temperature, 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, state has been converted but your temperature is same. That means this is because of latent heat. अब जो यहाँ पे हीट का जो भी एक्सचेंज हुआ है वो किस लिए हुआ है? इसकी स्टेट को चेंज करने के लिए हुआ है. ठीक है, वो उस हीट के एक्सचेंज से ना तो टेम्परेचर में कोई फर्क आ रहा है, ओके, ओनली उसकी क्या चेंज हो रही है? स्टेट चेंज हो रही है. सो दैट काइंड ऑफ, दैट अमाउंट ऑफ हीट विच इज यूटिलाइजिंग इन द changing the state, okay, at constant temperature is known as latent heat. So there are two kind of latent heat. One is latent heat of fusion in case of ice, and means solid to liquid, latent heat of fusion, and liquid to gas, latent heat of evaporization. Okay, so latent heat of evaporization and latent heat of, you can say, fusion. For fusion I am denoting LF for fusion case, and for evaporization or vaporization case it is LE. Okay, LF has the value 80 calorie, and vaporization, in case of vaporization it has the value 540 calorie. Okay, you just remember this thing. Latent heat of fusion is equal to 80 calorie and latent heat of vaporization is equal to 540 calorie. You can also say that it is latent heat of steam. Okay, steam ही है ना जो liquid से gas में convert हो रही है. So this we need to remember these things at least. Next is Mayer formula. Mayer formula give you the relation between specific heat at constant volume and specific heat at constant pressure. Okay, and that relation is this: Cp minus Cv is equal to R. The difference between Cp and Cv is equal to universal gas constant, which is denoted by R. Okay, remember always Cp is always greater than Cv. That's why Cp minus Cv. Okay, and R has the value 8.3 joule per mole Kelvin. Okay, 8.3 joule per mole Kelvin. Remember this thing. So this is known, Cp minus Cv is equal to R is known as what? Your Mayer's formula. Okay. Next. Yes, before this, let me tell you one formula for Cp and Cv. One formula we have already seen, that is what? Whether it is Cp or Cv. Like for Cp, you just give the formula 1 upon mu dq by dt, and you can say delta q by delta t, okay, at constant pressure. And for Cv it will be same, only at constant volume you place here V. Okay, so remember the subscript. If you are showing specific heat at constant volume, then volume notation should be there, and if you are talking about specific heat at constant pressure, then pressure notation should be there. Okay, and another one formula for specific heat is in terms of degree of freedom. I think you know this, still I am writing here. Okay, because we are revising, we don't want to skip a single concept. So Cv is given by F by 2R, where F is the degree of freedom, and yes, if there is number of mole, then multiply the number of mole also. Okay, and Cp is given by 1 plus F by 2 into Nr, because Cp is greater than by Cv, Cp is greater than Cv by 1 amount. Okay, so this is about your Cv and Cp. You just need to remember Cp always greater than Cv, and difference between them is equal to R. Okay, in terms of degree of freedom, you will use Nf by 2R for Cv and 1 plus F by 2R for Cp. Okay, and in terms of heat and temperature, you know the formula. Again, that is same formula. This is delta Q by delta T. This is specific heat formula. Okay, hope you all are clear with this. Now next move to internal energy. Internal energy and work. We have considered temperature, volume, pressure and heat. Okay, now remaining two, internal energy and work. Let's try to understand what is internal energy. Okay, I think I can rub this above portion. Let it be. I'm just cleaning this. Yes, internal energy, by the name you are getting, internal energy is the kind of energy. Okay, but what kind of energy? Because we are saying internal energy. Okay, internal means any substance or any gas, all are made of atoms, we know that, and so many atoms, not a single atom, number of atoms are present there. Okay, these atoms have their atomic, you can say interatomic interaction, because of interatomic bond. Okay, they have a bond from one atom to another atom. Okay, and because of these bonds, they interact with each other. Okay, they always try to interact with each other, and their interaction also depends on other factors like on temperature and on surroundings. Okay, so the energy produced, or you can say energy utilizing in the process of molecular interaction is known as internal energy. Okay, internal energy are also two kind. One is kinetic energy, another is internal potential energy. Okay, potential energy is for, you can say, like atoms are compressing. Okay, so potential energy required to sustain that situation. Okay, and kinetic energy when molecules are moving. Okay, they are colliding with each other. In that case, internal energy, or you can say energy used inside the atom, is known as internal kinetic energy. And when they are interacting with each other and they are trying to sustain a position, in that case the energy required, and you can say energy used by the atom inside it, is known as potential internal energy. So there are two kind of, one is UK, another is UP. Potential energy is denoted by UP and kinetic energy is denoted by UK. Okay, so this is about your internal energy. Total internal energy will be UP plus UK. Okay, yes, generally at a time we talk about whether internal energy or internal potential energy और internal kinetic energy. ओके, मैक्सिमम केसेस में यही होगा, या तो आप काइनेटिक एनर्जी की ही बात कर रहे होंगे या फिर आप पोटेंशियल एनर्जी की ही बात कर रहे होंगे. उनका मिक्सचर आपको बहुत कम देखने को मिलेगा, क्योंकि हमारे जो हमें जो क्वेश्चंस मिलेंगे वो इसी तरह के मिलेंगे कि या तो मॉलिक्यूल्स सब कोलाइड कर रहे होंगे, बहुत अच्छे से मोशन में होंगे, या फिर वो बहुत ही मॉलिक्यूलर बॉन्ड की वजह से इंटरेक्ट कर रहे होंगे. ठीक है, सो या तो आप उनकी इंटरनल एनर्जी, पोटेंशियल इंटरनल एनर्जी देख रहे होंगे या फिर काइनेटिक इंटरनल एनर्जी. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज वर्क. एंड यस, वन मोर थिंग अबाउट इंटरनल एनर्जी, दैट इंटरनल एनर्जी इज path independent function. Path independent. It does not depend on path. Remember this point. This will help you in solving the numericals. Path independent function. Okay, because so many questions comes on graph, like one particle is going from here to here, then because we are not talking about numerical, I'm just giving you an idea, basic idea. In such type of question, whenever we talk about a path, we consider this thing that internal energy does not depend on path, so it is path independent function. Okay, and work is path dependent function. Let's talk about our new concern is work. Okay, next concern is work. Work is just opposite to internal energy. Work always, in case of thermodynamics, it is path dependent function. Okay, work always a path dependent function. Remember this, as you change the path of heat supplying, of heat flowing, then you will find that work done along different path is different. Okay, so it is path dependent function. And second thing, work can be positive and negative. Okay, there are two state of work, one is positive, another is negative. Positive is for work on the system, whenever there is work done by the system, then positive. Okay, work done by the system means whenever you are talking about how much work is done by the system, then your work is positive. Okay, and when you talk about how much work is done on the system, then work resultant is negative. This is on the system. You just remember the difference. Okay, negative means work is going on the system, positive means work is done by the system. Okay, and in case of graphical representation, in case of curve path, you just remember one thing, whenever volume increases, then work is positive, and if volume decreases, means in case of compression, work is negative, in case of expansion, work is positive. And another concept about positive negative work, you just check the path direction. If it is clockwise, then work is positive. For clockwise, it is positive, and for anti-clockwise, it is negative. Okay, so hope you can remember these points. Let's move to next, thermodynamic process. There are four kind of process. Okay, isothermal process, adiabatic process, isobaric process, isochoric process. Yes, so now next is thermodynamics laws. There are three laws. First is Zeroth law. What it tells, Zeroth law is nothing but it tells the transfer of heat until there is equilibrium state is arrived. Means whenever there are two object or two any other substance which are at different temperature come in contact, they transfer their heat until they will come in equilibrium situation. That means, like, this is object A, this is object B. Okay, it has temperature 50 degree, this has temperature 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, now they are come in contact. कंसीडर ये एक आपके पास कंडक्टिंग वॉल है जिसके थ्रू ये क्या हो रहे हैं, कॉन्टैक्ट में आ रहे हैं. आफ्टर कमिंग इन कॉन्टैक्ट दे विल ट्रांसफर the heat. There is transfer of heat, and yes, heat transfer always take place from high to low. So high to low, remember this thing. So here transfer of heat will take place from A to B, because A is at high temperature 50 degrees Celsius and this is at 20 degree Celsius. Okay, so this is the law. And till when they will transfer their heat? Until they will reach at equilibrium position, means a position in which there is no require of heat transfer, means both are at equal temperature. So equal temperature जब तक होगा इनका, जब तक दोनों ही 35 डिग्री सेल्सियस पे नहीं पहुंच जाते, ठीक है, बिकॉज नाउ बोथ आर एट इक्वल टेम्परेचर, सो देर इज नो ट्रांसफर ऑफ हीट, बिकॉज ट्रांसफर ऑफ हीट ऑलवेज टेक प्लेस बिटवीन टू डिफरेंट स्टेट, हाई टू लो, ओके, ऑलवेज हाई टू लो. So because both are at equal temperature, so this condition is known as equilibrium condition. Equilibrium condition, okay. Yes, so next thing, this is your Zeroth law. Next is first thermodynamics law. This is completely principle of heat. जैसे हमने पहली बात कर चुके हैं कि principle of heat क्या होता है, total heat remain conserved, okay. So in the form of law, it is known as first thermodynamics law, and it is given in terms of internal energy, work done and heat supplied. Means total heat supplied delta Q is always remain conserved, and it is utilizing in internal energy and work done. यही आपका टोटल हीट है. आखिर हीट का काम क्या हो रहा है वहाँ पे, एक तो सब्सटेंस की इंटरनल एनर्जी में वर्क आ रहा है, एंड सेकंड थिंग वर्क डन बाय द सब्सटेंस, ओके. सो एनर्जी इज यूटिलाइजिंग इन टू थिंग, वन इज इंटरनल एनर्जी, अनदर वन इज वर्क डन. सो दिस इज द टोटल हीट, एंड दिस इज नॉन एज फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स. Thermodynamics, okay. Yes, next is second law of thermodynamics. Second law of thermodynamics, this is given by Clausius, okay, and Clapeyron. Both there are two scientists, they come and they give their statement, but the statement of both were matching each other. एंड स्टेटमेंट क्या था वो मैं बता देती हूँ आपको. उनके स्टेटमेंट के अकॉर्डिंग यही था कि देयर इज ट्रांसफर ऑफ हीट ऑलवेज फ्रॉम हाई टू लो. हीट ट्रांसफर, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, यू कैन से इट इज इम्पॉसिबल टू द ट्रांसफर ऑफ हीट फ्रॉम लो टू हाई. जैसे मैं आपको बोल रही हूँ बार बार कि हीट का ट्रांसफर हमेशा हाई टू लो होता है इक्विलिब्रियम स्टेट में पहुंचने के लिए, ठीक है. बट एंड इसी को उन्होंने क्या कर दिया, थोड़ा सा मॉडिफाई करके सेकेंड लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स बना दिया. क्या बनाया, इट इज इम्पॉसिबल टू फ्लो, और यू कैन से टू ट्रांसफर द हीट, टू फ्लो ऑफ हीट और ट्रांसफर द हीट फ्रॉम लो टू हाई, ओके, फ्रॉम लो टू high without adding external device, okay, external working device means without using a machine kind thing, you cannot make the flow of heat from low to high. अब आप जैसे बोलोगे कि रेफ्रिजरेटर में क्या होता है, रेफ्रिजरेटर में यस लो टू हाई फ्लो होता है, बट वहाँ पे एक्सटर्नल इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर हम यूज करते हैं, ठीक है. सो विदाउट एडिंग एनी एक्सटर्नल डिवाइस वी कैन नॉट मेक द फ्लो ऑफ हीट पॉसिबल फ्रॉम लो टू हाई. दिस इज द सेकेंड लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स. लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड इट इन मोर डिटेल, ओके. उसके लिए हम क्या करते हैं, एक कार्नोट इंजन एंड रेफ्रिजरेटर दोनों का केस ले लेते हैं, ठीक है. कार्नोट इंजन एंड रेफ्रिजरेटर. नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज, बिकॉज दिस इज ऑल्सो अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट. कार्नोट इंजन पे तो डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आते हैं हमारे पास, ठीक है. तो पहले हम एक बार कार्नोट इंजन की बात कर लेते हैं. होप आपको तीनों लॉज क्लियर हुए होंगे, तीनों ही एक दूसरे से रिलेटेड लगे. फर्स्ट लॉ आपको इक्विलिब्रियम स्टेट को बताता है, सेकेंड लॉ जो है वो एनर्जी के डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन को बता रहा है कि एनर्जी किस तरह से यूटिलाइज होती है. थर्ड लॉ जो है वो आपको ये बताता है कि एनर्जी का ट्रांसफर हमेशा हाई से लो होता है, ना कि लो से हाई, ओके. नेक्स्ट इज कार्नोट इंजन. कार्नोट इंजन कॉन्सेप्ट. सो कार्नोट इंजन का अब हम यहाँ पे एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं लेने जा रहे हैं, मैं आपको बता देती हूँ व्हाट वाज दिस, एक्चुअली व्हाट इज दिस. there was a scientist Carnot who studied a lot on in the thermodynamics field, and what he found, once he take the situation, all the ideal condition, he used the ideal gas, he used the ideal source of heat. Ideal source of heat means which has infinite capacity of heat, and देन अ सिंक विच इज़ ऑल्सो इन आइडियल कंडीशन, एक आइडियल इंसुलेटर उन्होंने यूज़ किया, मतलब सारी चीज़ें उन्होंने अपने एक्सपेरिमेंट में आइडियल यूज़ करी. एंड यस, इट इज़ कम्प्लीटली हाइपोथेटिकल एक्सपेरिमेंट, बिकॉज आपको पता है आइडियल कंडीशंस प्रैक्टिकली पॉसिबल नहीं है. उन्होंने अपने सारे जब कंडीशंस आइडियल ली, गैस भी आइडियल लिया, बाकी उसके इक्विपमेंट्स भी सारे आइडियल ले लिए, उसके बाद उन्होंने उसकी एफिशिएंसी कैलकुलेट करी एक इंजन की. ठीक है, ये एक्सपेरिमेंट उन्होंने एक हाइपोथेटिकल इंजन बनाया, आप ऐसे बोल सकते हो, और उस इंजन की एफिशिएंसी कैलकुलेट करी इन आइडियल सिचुएशन, एंड इट इज़ कमिंग आउट टू बी 1 - T2 upon T1. So this is the efficiency of the Carnot engine, okay, and this is also given in terms of heat energy 1 - Q2 upon Q1, where T2 is the temperature of sink temperature, okay, and T1 is source temperature. Source temperature means always source remain always at high temperature, ठीक है, और सिंक का मतलब जो कि बहुत लो टेम्परेचर पे है. ठीक है, तो T2 जो था वो सिंक का टेम्परेचर था, T1 जो था वो सोर्स का टेम्परेचर था. यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड इट इन फॉर्म लाइक सिंक इज व्हाट, हीट रिजेक्टेड, ओके, द हीट given to the sink means heat rejected. उनके एक्सपेरिमेंट में उन्होंने ये चीज़ क्लियर करी कि वैन एवर वी यूज द हीट इन एनी डिवाइस, इन एनी इंजन, ओके, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ प्रोसेस हैपन देयर. लाइक होता क्या है कि जब भी आपके पास एक सोर्स होता होगा और एक सिंक होता होगा, सिंक मीन्स जिसमें हीट रिजेक्ट की जाए. ठीक है, सो ये तो हो जाएगा आपका सोर्स और ये हो जाएगा सिंक. अब जब भी कोई मशीन की बात कर रहे हैं हम, जैसे इंजन की बात कर रहे हैं, सो व्हाट विल हैपन, द वर्किंग सब्सटेंस, ऑब्वियसली एनी मशीन विल हैव एनी वर्किंग सब्सटेंस, सो वर्किंग सब्सटेंस will draw the heat from the higher source, because flow of heat is possible from high to low, okay, and convert some part of the heat supplied into work done. Like consider Q1 is the heat drawn from the source, and he convert W means work done, some part of the heat into work, and rest part he rejected to the sink. This is the rest part, okay. So how much work is done on it? Obviously Q1 minus Q2, क्योंकि Q1 तो उसको मिला था, Q2 उसने गिव अप किया है, तो बीच में जो एनर्जी गई वो कहाँ गई, वो किस में कन्वर्ट हुई है, वर्क में. सो ये तो हुआ आपका हीट इंजन की वर्किंग कॉन्सेप्ट. ठीक है, सो आफ्टर कैलकुलेटिंग द एफिशिएंसी फॉर्मूला, एफिशिएंसी मीन्स हाउ मच वर्क इज डन, ओके, विद रेस्पेक्ट टू सप्लाइड एनर्जी, means Q1 minus Q2 upon Q1. This Q1 is supplied energy and this Q1 minus Q2 is work done. So W upon Q1 is efficiency. तो उन्होंने एफिशिएंसी का फॉर्मूला ये बताया. ठीक है, फॉर्मूला तो चलो हमारे को पता ही है कि एफिशिएंसी ये होती है. जब उन्होंने कैलकुलेट की तो यू कैन ऑल्सो सी दैट एफिशिएंसी इज कमिंग आउट टू बी लेस देन 1 minus Q2 upon Q1. It is not exactly even equal to 1. Okay, so he tells that efficiency always remain less than 1. ऐसा जब हो रहा है जब उन्होंने सारी आइडियल सिचुएशन ली. सो यू कैन एज्यूम दैट इफ देयर इज प्रैक्टिकली आइडियल सिचुएशंस आर नॉट पॉसिबल, दैट मीन्स एफिशिएंसी इज मोर लेस देन 1. ओके, सो इसको आप ऐसे बोल सकते हो कि अगर मैक्सिमम इसकी एफिशिएंसी पहुंचती भी है, किसी तरह आप आइडियल मान लेते हो. आइडियल मीन्स जैसे आप सोर्स को रख लेते हो इनफाइनाइट.